According to God, this message is urgent and intended for you, and its delivery is divinely appointed. This message is being delivered to you at precisely this moment as the veil between the present and the future continues to thin, as God wills. Archangel Michael has been attempting to communicate with you for several days by sending you messages, issuing warnings, and ensuring your safety from undetected energies. A similarly unusual event occurred in the spiritual realm today. Your future spouse has been spiritually reaching out. Their prayers, thoughts, and calls to you in the spirit world have enabled God to deliver this message to you. God guarantees your security. There will be no complications. Amen. I now invite you to participate in an activity that has the potential to open your heart to divine favor. If you find this message meaningful, consider affirming it. This affirmation is not a simple action. It is similar to allowing oneself to be receptive. It is a declaration to God that you are ready for divine favor to be directed your way. I am ready to accept your blessings. I am prepared to embark on a spiritual journey that will connect my life to divine grace. This affirmation symbolizes your readiness. Accept this readiness to undergo transformation. The person you will marry has been experiencing a unique spiritual strain that they are unable to express to others due to the exceptional intuition that God has bestowed upon them. They have been able to perceive, dream about, yearn for, and feel your energy from afar. They recognize your identity because of the presence of your energy in their visions, despite their current inability to determine your name. They have been monitoring signals in multiple locations and are currently pursuing you through crowds. They are looking for an entity that they are unable to articulate. However, their spirit knows exactly who it is. It's you. God believes that thinking about you influences the rhythm of their heartbeat. He is incapable of interfering with their relationship in a way that would have a significant impact on their future. Archangel Michael informs you that the person you plan to marry has recently been the victim of a spiritual attack. The adversary tried to confuse them, keep them from focusing on the right person, and divert their attention. Despite the fact that they had never intended to be in a relationship with that person, they felt that someone in their life cared about them and tried to emotionally claim them. Nonetheless, divine intervention proved necessary. To ensure that your future spouse is emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually free, God destroyed the illusion, locked the door, and severed the harmful link. God is preparing them for you, even if they are unaware of it, which is why the door was closed. He says, I separated them to prepare them for you. You didn't realize your future spouse was sending you spiritual signs. They have been thinking about the future and seeking God's advice on love, marriage, stability, and clarity. When they were in excruciating agony, they prayed to God, where is the person I am supposed to be with? Why have I not yet encountered them? Asked the divine. They are en route. You are also the target of their gaze. This message is part of the message that God is sending to them. God uses this period to prepare you emotionally, spiritually, and energetically for the upcoming relationship. This person is not simply introducing themselves to you in order to temporarily express affection. God intended them to be in your life. The person who will be your companion is currently undergoing divine preparation. They are developing the ability to overcome past challenges, let go of old memories, and break free from hereditary tendencies. In addition, they are learning patience. They will be able to adore you with genuine, loyal, and profound affection as they mature. They were apprehensive about love for a long time, cautious and unsure of their own worth as a result of certain events. Nonetheless, God has been encouraging their emotional development, healing their wounds, and calming their spirits in order to keep them from disrupting the predetermined sequence of events when you connect. He claims, "I am preparing them for you in a manner that is impossible for you to observe." Despite their inability to observe you, the person you will marry is currently thinking about you. They take into account your physical appearance, the tone of your voice, the way your eyes sparkle when you smile, and the experience of being close to you. They are interested in conversing, developing a long-term relationship, and holding your hand. They envision waking up next to someone who is aware of their thoughts, exudes calm, and is present in any situation. You are that person, according to God. The person you'd marry may have felt abandoned at times in their relationship. They were tired of empty promises that never came true, leaving them disappointed and hollow. They were wary of people who expressed the correct sentiments but did not provide any evidence to back them up. They wondered if their future would be filled with solitude and whether there was such a thing as genuine love. God placed your spirit in their dreams as a reminder that help is on the way whenever they try to flee from love. "Don't give up," they heard God's voice say. "Please remember that every step you take on this journey helps to illuminate the path ahead. Your person is closer than you may realize. Each act of kindness you perform is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Because it is through giving that we receive." This principle of giving is more than just a verse. It is a continuous commitment that shapes your future. I'd like to extend an invitation to you at this time through a simple act of faith. Approach this journey with clarity of purpose, honesty, and optimism. Spiritual obedience can help you become more spiritually open. Accept acts of faith and reap the benefits that God bestows on your life. If you have been anticipating this person and are optimistic, it is prudent to take a small but significant leap of faith at this time. Please only include one word in the remarks section below. Amen. That word should serve as a spiritual assurance to heaven that you are ready to receive the love that has been reserved for you, demonstrating your alertness and preparedness. Allow your amen to ascend. The individual who will become your husband is currently aligning and preparing, but they are unaware of the reason for the shift in their spirit. According to God, the person you will marry has an emotional attraction for you. They occasionally feel a sense of impending expectation, as if a significant event is approaching. They are enthusiastic but not sure why. They sometimes feel nervous, as if they are being encouraged to prepare for an event that will have a significant impact on their lives. God says the rendezvous is with you. God wants you to know right now that the person you're going to marry is praying for you. They have prayed to God for the protection of the person they want to be with. They have begged God to remove undesirable people from their lives, restore their spirits, fortify their souls, and grant them clarity and vision. Despite never meeting you in person, they maintain a spiritual bond with you. Your security is their top priority. They wish for you to improve your performance. Their main concern is your safety. Your satisfaction is their top priority. You are already loved by their very being. Archangel Michael informs you that he acts as a barrier between you and any entity attempting to establish communication with you. He is constantly assessing the path ahead, removing any obstacles, cutting ties with undesirable people, and preventing spiritual interference from impeding your progress. Attempts were made to trap you in the emotions, pain, and confusion of the past. One or more people in your past have harmed you and made you question your worth. Nonetheless, Michael assures you that you are entitled to unconditional and unrestricted affection. You deserve a spouse from paradise. Every day, you are deserving of the selection. God says the person you will marry is going through a transformation as a result of a recent experience. They were betrayed, disappointed, or severely injured by an individual, prompting them to question the integrity of those around them. That person caused them emotional distress, misled them, or deceived them. However, God used that agony to forge a path. They did not suffer any negative consequences from their separation. As a result, they were clean and clear. It allowed them to perceive. It helped them understand the ideal qualities of love. They were able to assess your worth prior to their first meeting with you. I utilized their wounded hearts to foreshadow the affection they will express toward you, God says. God's favor ensured your safety, just as it did for your future spouse, from the improper connection. Nonetheless, the more you recognize favor, the more it grows in your life. Self-affirmation. God's favor is active in my life. I am under His protection. I am experiencing His abundant blessings. Visualize God's love permeating every aspect of your life, including your health, finances, relationships, and sense of peace. Without your knowledge, your future spouse has been working on their personal growth. They want to improve their overall health, mental clarity, spiritual awareness, and financial situation. They want to be able to provide for you, keep you safe, and remain by your side. They aspire to be someone who inspires admiration and pride in others. They strive to be someone in whom you can fully trust and feel at ease. They prefer to encounter you as a well-prepared individual rather than one who is confused or disoriented. They are developing into exactly what you need, according to God. It will be fundamentally different from any other sensation you've felt. That is a fact God wants you to be aware of. It will be distinguished by a sense of divine guidance, comfort, security, and calm. It will not appear as a forced effort. There will be no uncertainty. The sensation will not be one of pure speculation. Your spirit will recognize them immediately. In addition, you will become acquainted with their viewpoint. You will feel at ease during your initial encounter. An inexplicable sense of calm and an irresistible pull towards them. This connection was predetermined by God. You are currently receiving a message from a potential spiritual partner. They want to reassure you that you are not alone. Regardless of the circumstances, that person will enter your life and express their feelings for you. They will hold you in high regard, keep your heart safe, and love you unconditionally. They want you to know that they are ready to show you the love you deserve. It is critical that you recognize that every tear, sadness, and disappointment has helped you grow into the person who will always be there for them. They would also like to let you know that they have been anticipating your arrival. Before this connection can be established, you must give something to God. It is critical that you cut all ties with any past trauma, memory, betrayal, or emotion that has persisted for a long time. Furthermore, He desires that you have faith in Him. Allow Him to heal the areas of your life that are still causing you pain. Because you must be ready to receive unconditional love upon the arrival of your future spouse. It is imperative that you are open to receiving affection. You must believe that you are capable of experiencing joy. Release what was. Prepare for upcoming events according to God's instructions. It's possible that the person you'll marry is more closely related to you than you realize. Their existence is undergoing a transformation that will undoubtedly connect them to you. They are making decisions that will direct your paths. They are moving toward your destiny in spiritual, emotional, and physical ways. God's plan is unstoppable, and everything is timed perfectly. Archangel Michael claims that the bond between your spirits is already active, and God promises, "Trust me, I will guide you both." Despite the fact that it is not fully visible, it is gaining strength. The spiritual connection is strengthening. The appeal will grow stronger as the meeting date approaches. You may experience abrupt changes in your emotional state, such as intermittent bursts of peace, hope, or even strange dreams. These are signs that your spiritual connections are becoming more intense. God promises that the person you marry will love you more than you could possibly imagine. They will be by your side through every victory, challenge, and battle. They will offer you comfort and understanding, listen to you, and hug you when you are sad. They will be proud of your accomplishments, help you set your goals, and provide you with the support you need throughout your spiritual journey. They will refrain from passing judgment on your past because they can see the sincerity, purity, and depth of your heart. They will choose you without hesitation. It is a profound reality that someone is currently praying for your safety, recovery, and happiness, even though you have not yet met. You may already feel a sense of peace in your spirit, as if you are being watched over and loved from afar. Recognize the spiritual connection that exists between you. The person you'll marry will not be motivated to defraud you. They are en route to help you build your life. They are on their way to ensuring your life's prosperity, love, and stability. They are en route to join you in a new story marked by God's guidance, peace, and joy. They want to build a home, live with you, and create a future together. God has prepared the person you will marry for genuine affection. Temporary connections are no longer needed. They are no longer uncertain about their feelings. They overcame their fear of the unknown. They are looking for something genuine, enduring, and derived from God. You are the individual they are looking for. God desires that you have faith and not fear. You are safe. Your course is protected. There will be no complication. Have faith in God. Offer your prayers to Him. Have faith that the moment is right. God is directing your future spouse to you with extraordinary precision. Prepare your heart, says God. They're currently on their way. God informs you that you were meant to witness this exact moment. The moment in your life that appears to be a silent miracle, almost overlooked but paused long enough for your heart to recognize the truth. According to God, this information is transmitted in a rhythm unique to your consciousness. A rhythm that feels like a gentle whisper on your skin, lifting your spirits and drawing you in while you're thinking. God has fortified your faith through every adversity, your heart through every longing, and your strength through every night when you wondered if your prayers had been answered. God confirms that every person was heard. No experience was wasted. No yearning was ignored. Furthermore, no prayer said in the quiet of the night was overlooked. They served as the connection point for the message's transmission. This message from Archangel Michael is of extreme importance. Take a deep breath and open your heart fearlessly. He claims to have been monitoring you for quite some time. You continued to walk despite your exhaustion. I witnessed your unwavering commitment to your beliefs in the face of opposition from others. I noticed your unwavering optimism despite others' attempts to persuade you that the entire experience was a hallucination. Michael believes you are deserving of recognition from the heavens. Heaven will be concerned with how you recover from life's adversities. Those in heaven admire your quiet endurance, which you may not display in public very often. Your fortitude comes from the deepest part of yourself, where God placed His trust in you before you realized you needed it. Your silence is empowering. This is a message from God to your future spouse, the person He has chosen specifically for you. Their soul has been linked to yours since before you were aware of the reasons for your various emotions. According to God, the person you will marry carries a message in their hearts. They have felt anxious about announcing this message. Despite their inability to articulate it, They continue to receive this message through dreams, signals, unusual thoughts, and their attraction to you. God says the person you'll marry has been praying, hoping, and experiencing you. They want to know your meeting location as well as the date and time. There is no error in following this prophetic message. It was done with deliberate intent. I also encourage you to take immediate action in order to commit to God's timing. Align yourself with God's prophetic promise for your life. Pay attention to the optimal time He has set. Don't disregard His actions. Despite the fact that they cannot see your face, they can sense your enthusiasm on certain evenings. Furthermore, on rare occasions, people experience an unexpected rush of emotions that they are unable to express. It is as if their spirit longs for yours. Archangel Michael emphasizes the importance of the message. He goes on to say that your future spouse's heart is calling out to you in a way that heaven would not want you to ignore. According to Michael, the person you will marry has been looking for clarity, peace, and guidance. When people think about the direction of their lives, they associate their name with the Spirit. Your energy has reached out to them, even though they have not heard or seen you. Your presence has already had an enormous impact on their future. Michael believes that the person you will marry is closer to you than you realize. God guarantees your security. Your security is guaranteed, and the affection that surrounds you stems directly from Him. He guarantees that there will be no negative consequences because He is overseeing the process. He ensures that the love journey He has planned for you is free of terror, perplexity, and loss. The timing, alignment, and revelation of God are the defining characteristics of this journey. God informs you that you may not always understand why certain relationships, individuals, or opportunities did not succeed when you expected them to. Nonetheless, He wants you to understand that each closed door was a form of defense. Every delay was advantageous. Every obstacle provides an opportunity for you to discover the love that is meant for you. God says the person you'll marry has also gained significant wisdom. They've gradually increased their ability to love you in the way that heaven intended. They have overcome previous adversity, anxiety, and errors. Some of you who are watching have loved ones, friends, or family members who need the same amount of healing. They also require this message from the prophet. God intends for you to be the one to deliver it to them. Please consider forwarding this message to a close friend, someone who is still waiting for their breakthrough, or someone who has abandoned their pursuit of affection. Your daily life is imbued with spiritual anointing as you bless others. Helping others will help you grow as a person. Observe how God works through spiritual sharing and acts of kindness. According to God, the person you will marry has been isolated, lonely, or uncertain about their own trustworthiness. There were times when they wondered if they would ever experience true love again. They questioned the validity of divine pairings, spiritual connections, and destiny. Nonetheless, they were compelled to return to you whenever they attempted to distance themselves from the concept of divine love, whether through an unexpected sign, a strange dream, or a profound emotion. Michael claims that the person you will marry has been communicating subtle spiritual messages to you without your knowledge, despite the fact that they have not yet met you. This may be perceived as an unexpected emotional response. It can take the form of a subtle melancholy that is not your own. When it occurs, you may feel an immediate sense of warmth and compassion, as if someone genuinely cares about your well-being. It can manifest as excessively realistic dreams, dreams in which you perceive the presence of another person, or dreams in which you feel a hand clasping yours, but are unable to identify the person. Michael maintains that the incidents were not unintentional. These incidents show that you and your future spouse have a spiritual bond. As you navigate your awakening, keep in mind that this spiritual journey is not a hoax. It's a sign from heaven. Each spiritual seed becomes a source of light, overcoming the presence of darkness. As Jesus claims that by giving others water, you will receive it yourself, it is critical to recognize that this is a lifelong spiritual commitment to your future. Approach the situation with a combination of faith and strategy. The potential that God has already set for your life can be realized through spiritual giving and service. Have you come across these indicators? Have you ever felt a sudden sensation of warmth, unfathomable tranquility, or a dream that seemed too real to be true? If this is the case, you should consider verifying your experiences. You are preparing your heart to receive even more lucid signals in the coming days, as well as confirming the authenticity of your relationship with God by acknowledging these feelings and dreams. God promises that the person you marry will bring you peace rather than chaos. Rather than chaos, the ultimate outcome will be stability. They will provide clarity and direction rather than ambiguity. God believes that people should not have to compete for affection. The love you deserve is patient, loyal, and composed, and it should give you a feeling of security. That love is analogous to God's love for you. It understands and acknowledges your emotions, even if you are unable to express them. According to God, the person you will marry should not harm, disappoint, or diminish your spirit. They will be there to encourage your faith, keep your heart close, and guide you through all of life's stages. A portion of your story has been intricately woven with your future spouse, who is unaware of the circumstances. With each decision they've made, they've moved closer to becoming the partner you need, even those that have caused them tremendous pain. Their emotional depth, compassion, and maturity have all been enhanced by their experiences, whether pleasant or negative. Both you and the person you intend to marry must mature according to God's teachings. A significant and influential event is fast approaching. It is critical to remain open to these messages, as time is of the essence. This area is intended for people who are aligned with prophetic truth. Do not let fear or doubt get in the way of God's plans. You are currently in the process of strengthening your spiritual connections, opening your hearts, and reorganizing your lives. Archangel Michael suggests that we exercise more caution. The person you will marry is ready to express the feelings that their soul has been longing to express. The message goes as follows. They are interested in discovering the authentic version of you that God painstakingly created, not the person the world sees or the version of yourself that you occasionally doubt. Your future spouse wants you to be intelligent, kind, loyal, honest, gentle, strong, empathetic, and intelligent. They are looking for a partner who can express a deep affection for them. God promises that your future spouse's message will include an apology. This message is for the person who has a quiet fire within them that provides a sense of peace, inspiration, and belonging, as well as the capacity to forgive. They are looking to find you more quickly, not because of an offense they have committed against you. They regret that they were unable to keep you from experiencing such excruciating pain. They wished they could have held your heart while you wept quietly at night. They regret that they were unable to be with you during this difficult time. Their soul is aware of your existence, whether or not they have met you. Their soul is imbued with a gentle yearning to offer you comfort, assistance, and a constant presence, as well as a sense of obligation to provide for you. God says that the message is also a promise. The person you are destined to marry has shown a willingness to be patient with you, understand your concerns, support your goals, and be there for you in all situations. These people promise to help you with your personal development, engage in conversation, and build a relationship with you based on love, trust, and divine purpose. They claim that they will select you on a daily basis, rather than just when it is obvious. They promise to love you with the same genuine affection and devotion that heaven has shown to both of you. Archangel Michael claims that you will recognize your future spouse based on the emotions they elicit upon entering your life, rather than their physical appearance or verbal communication. It will provide a sense of tranquility. It will appear to be a familiar situation. It will create a strong sense of belonging. You will feel a sensation. You will feel a sensation of opening. You will have the sensation of declaring, "This is the one." Your soul will understand the situation immediately, even if your mind experiences a brief period of uncertainty. Your knowledge will grow more robust with each passing day. The person you will marry is currently approaching you, according to God. The path is becoming more apparent. It is precisely the right moment. Signs are beginning to emerge. Now is the time to fully comprehend this message. Your faith is what gives these words their power. Use your faith to adopt it. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys. Jesus' words, "Give, and heaven will open over you," are not poetic. Every seed you plant yields oil for your destiny, fire for your purpose, and safety for your family. My child, now is your time. Have faith, and God will multiply whatever you relinquish. If you believe this message is intended for you and that your future spouse is on the way, please confirm it. I am prepared. This is a bold, unambiguous statement, not a mere "I hope so" or "maybe." Feel a transformation in your spirit as you accept this truth. In this stage, you transition from a state of hope to one of knowledge and receipt. This is your moment. At this time, we should contemplate broadening the scope of this discovery to include areas beyond your own. Consider sharing this prophetic message with your network. Distribute this message to an individual who may require it. Forward it to an individual who is in need of confirmation that they are being prayed for and has expressed a desire to marry. As stated in the Bible, "Give and you will receive." Creating an opening for blessings is achieved by sharing a message of hope. By disseminating this message, you are serving as a conduit for blessings that benefit not only yourself, but also others. You are expressing a desire for this divine favor to have a significant impact on the lives of many individuals. Heaven's blessings may be abundant when you demonstrate such generosity. Consider the influence of sharing hope as we prepare to pray. Confirm your agreement by saying, "Amen." Before we wrap up this captivating story, I recommend that we take a moment to reflect on this profound reality. It is no coincidence that this message has been disclosed. This is not just a coincidence. This is Archangel Michael's direct message to you. He is extending his hand and extending an invitation to you to enter a realm of divine connection, where abundance is not merely a hope, but a guarantee. Although this spiritual concept is easy, it has the ability to transform your life. By adhering to it, you will not only receive blessings, but they will also multiply and permeate all facets of your life. Acknowledge this invitation to explore a more profound spiritual understanding and in-depth insights. Right now, you have the chance to align with a sacred path that will provide you with spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and rapid progress toward your destiny. Do not overlook this divine opportunity. Your victory is approaching. Relevant information may be located in the description to enhance your comprehension and investigate additional spiritual insights. This path can assist you in strengthening your connection to direct, targeted messages that are intended to enhance and empower your life. The link to purchase a guided ebook is provided for those who feel compelled to further develop this work. This option is entirely optional. Nevertheless, Your energy, attention, and presence are already of great value. Accept this journey. Your abundance is ready. My dearest child, pay close attention. This message is deeply resonant, a whisper meant for you. Archangel Michael stands beside you, wings open and sword lowered, observing your quiet acceptance and faith. Today, a divine transformation is underway. Although this situation may appear unusual, it is a significant confirmation. The location you are about to enter is one of protection, power, and promise. However, there is a warning that you should not ignore. Pay close attention. You are being summoned at this time not because you are better than others, but because your spirit has been refined, tested, and ready. There is a strong belief that you are on the verge of achieving blessings such as divine alignment, clarity, peace, and strength, as well as financial gain. Your resources will grow, your mind will be elevated, and your body will respond to divine intervention. Nonetheless, this blessing is fragile in its early stages, like a flame that needs to be shielded from the wind. This is why the guidance is clear. It is prudent to protect this sacred space. My dear, this is not a matter of fear, but of wisdom. Not everyone prays for your recovery, and not everyone applauds as you ascend. Some may smile while secretly wondering what God is doing for you, and it is understood that silence can be a protective barrier at this time. It is critical to protect the unseen structure that God is building until it is completely established. Today may mark the beginning of a divine window through which your health begins to improve. Long-term fatigue, stress, and heaviness fade, and your body receives guidance for healing, restoration, and renewal. Some of you may notice minor changes such as a sudden resurgence in strength, clearer thoughts, better sleep, or increased motivation. Instead of participating in discussions or asking questions, quietly absorb the information. Simultaneously, prosperity is carefully nurtured in a variety of ways, without being rushed, stolen, or coerced. Opportunities will start to emerge, insights will become clearer, and previously closed doors may appear to open. Nonetheless, it is believed that caution is required when discussing blessings prematurely. Therefore, discretion is the most appropriate course of action at this time. My child, understand this reality. Not every person requires knowledge of God's promises. For example, David was sworn in as king but remained silent, and Jesus kept silent until his breakthrough moments. Silence does not delay the blessing, rather, it protects it. Accept this message with faith because it speaks to your spirit right now. This suggests discernment rather than seclusion. However, avoid disclosing this sacred insight to those who are unable to bear its weight. Talk to God, communicate with the heavens, and pray. This message is accompanied by a deep reflection. Do you have enough faith in God to remain silent? Furthermore, are you able to resist the urge to explain, demonstrate, or assert? The ability to maintain silent trust can have a significant impact on your journey. You may have sensed it already. A joy too sacred to be publicly expressed, a mix of excitement and caution. This sensation may be a confirmation from the Holy Spirit. Your healing will be accompanied by divine timing, peace, and order, not noise or disorder. You will be directed to the appropriate moment to communicate using results rather than words. Even before you are aware of it, a divine presence is present and actively working to protect what is rightfully yours. Until then, keep your cool, express gratitude, and behave in accordance with your religious beliefs. Drink water with intention, take breaks when your body signals, and focus on your current tasks, as even the smallest acts of mindful obedience contribute to significant, invisible transformations. This message touched your spirit. Although the vast majority of people would have dismissed or ignored this, you persisted and listened. This quiet receptiveness is critical to the events that are unfolding. It is critical to remember that the gift God is about to bestow upon you does not require validation. Rather, it requires protection. Discretion now leads to security, and silence leads to celebration. Acknowledge this quietly, ensure its protection, and monitor the outcome. Take a deep breath while absorbing this information. It is acknowledged that divine guidance is being revealed, which will provide a detailed account of the possible outcomes once today's events have begun to affect you. Despite the fact that many people believe that blessings come with immediate confirmation and loud noises, divine workings are often more subtle. The events in your life may appear peaceful on the outside, but they can have a profoundly transformative effect on the inside. This could be a way to determine its divine origin. An internal shift may serve as the first sign of this transformation. Your thoughts will inevitably change. Old concerns about your finances, body, and future will begin to fade as the burden of worry is lifted. Initially, you may be unaware of the fact, but you will eventually realize that the event that previously caused you to panic no longer has any effect on you. This is no coincidence. It is a divine realignment. Your well-being will gradually improve, not in a dramatic or abrupt way, but from within. This is because your body has been receptive to every word you've said to it for a long time, whether positive or negative. A completely new story is currently developing. It is well understood that your cells respond to tranquility, and stress can be reduced by engaging in activities such as deep breathing, sleeping, and rest. Do not try to speed up this sacred process by comparing yourself to others. Prosperity, vital energy, and divinely ordered provision are all advancing toward you. However, you must remain alert. This will not be accomplished through desperation, but rather through intentional alignment. Divine guidance may be directing your actions to keep you from wasting time and energy. You may feel compelled to make decisions, avoid distractions, and focus on one task rather than several. This narrowing may result in precision rather than loss. Some of you may feel obligated to declutter your home, improve your daily routines, or organize your finances. This is not just a coincidence. It is acknowledged that divine order promotes growth. This order facilitates the receipt of additional blessings. It is critical to pay close attention to these gentle reminders, as even the smallest acts of obedience can result in significant benefits. I implore you to consider this advice with empathy. Avoid seeking approval from others during this time, as your mindset will improve as you feel better and new opportunities will arise. It is critical to resist the urge to provide an explanation, hint, or test responses. Please keep in mind that silence is your protection. The blessing is still in the process of laying its foundation, and the progress that has been made is being hampered by early exposure. Furthermore, your emotional needs are being addressed. Memories may unexpectedly resurface, not to cause pain but to liberate you, as old wounds that you previously dismissed as insignificant may be brought to light for healing. Allow them to cry if necessary. The healing process is not always easy, but it is always for a good reason. Be mindful, chosen one, that not everyone in your vicinity intends to accompany you to your destination. As a result, some relationships will inevitably end, while others will remain distant and unbroken. Do not look for explanations. God's act of mercy is not a form of punishment, but rather a transformation of one's surroundings that occurs when one is elevated. Archangel Michael is also enhancing your discernment. You will learn to recognize when to speak up, when to remain silent, when to move, and when to wait. This inner knowing will keep you healthy and wealthy. Do not let fear or logic undermine your belief in it. I expect you to act now that this message has penetrated the deepest layers of your being. I don't mean this as a burden, but rather as a point of convergence. If this message resonates with you and you feel calm rather than confused, you might want to consider sharing it with someone who could use it. You may also reflect on your spiritual beliefs. These messages are not sent at random, but rather at the appropriate time. Their goal is to connect with people who actively seek confirmation through silent prayer. Archangel Michael cautions that time is running out. The initial whisper has advanced, however, consistency is required for continued development. As a result, it is critical to maintain presence, transparency, and stability. You may be concerned with the length of this process, however, heaven does not operate on the basis of impatience. Certain outcomes will occur quickly, while others will emerge gradually over time. Do not judge progress solely based on its rate. Instead, evaluate it in terms of tranquility. If peace is progressing, you're on the right track. Before we get into the specifics, I'd like to emphasize this point. The events that follow will consolidate all of your current experiences. Nonetheless, a large number of people are unable to identify it as a result of a sudden lapse in focus. In order to achieve clarity and transform everything, you must listen to Archangel Michael's subsequent statement. The message has become even more important, my beloved, as Archangel Michael reveals the reason for the secrecy surrounding this blessing and the secrets that are protected by the silence. You are currently experiencing a change in covenant level. Covenant blessings are consistently concealed before they are revealed. Archangel Michael maintains that your destiny has been encircled by unseen resistance for a long time. This is not due to your vulnerability, but rather the value of the items you own. The adversary does not waste time attacking barren areas. The unexpected setbacks that occurred just as things appeared to be coming together, the delays that no one could explain, and the stress you felt in previous seasons were not unintentional. They suggested that something valuable was growing inside you. Allow this to penetrate your consciousness. Today, in addition to opening one door, others remained permanently closed. Your family's long-term financial difficulties are being disrupted, and the cycles of emotional heaviness, exhaustion, and illness are coming to an end. However, sealing requires privacy. There should be no doubt, anger, or opinion that would alter the divine seal. Archangel Michael is demonstrating to you that the words spoken by certain people in your vicinity may be motivated by fear, despite their apparent love for you. They are skeptical of positive news and believe that past failures will impede the fulfillment of future promises. In this case, silence is not a form of rejection, but rather a form of preservation. Your body is responding to this protection because stress, one of the most harmful factors to your health, thrives in the presence of noise. The nervous system is always in survival mode due to the constant need to defend, explain, or prove. Heaven is quieting the environment to help your body heal internally. This serves as an example of divine intelligence in action. Additionally, wealth is being monitored. According to Archangel Michael, the next phase of provision will require clarity, focus, and confidence. The result of pre-exposure is comparison. Discretion is the hallmark of this season, as comparison creates uncertainty and disrupts flow. When delivered on time, your results will be more persuasive than any announcement. Additionally, a spiritual inheritance is being established. Some of you are the first in your family to reach this level of alignment with God, breaking silent agreements formed out of fear, lack, or survival. This type of breakthrough is usually low-key at first, but its suddenness later surprises. In today's society, it is common to be concerned about one's language usage. You are not becoming more distant, but rather more selective. Archangel Michael is increasing your awareness and teaching you when to speak up and when to stay silent. This information will ensure your safety for an extended period after the season ends. If you're paying attention, the following truth will make you wonder if anything is really changing. This is due to the fact that the transformation occurs internally before it becomes visible externally. Faith is essential at this point. Make sure your feet are firmly planted on the ground. Faith is distinguished by its quiet trust, rather than its outright confidence. If you are currently going through this transformation, you should express it verbally. Archangel Michael claims that heaven is watching your reaction to this secret not as a form of punishment, but as a means of preparing you, because only those capable of fulfilling their obligations can be trusted to do so. Allow your spirit to align with the message that heaven is already transmitting, so that it can be received quietly and completely. You are currently illustrating this. A sacred activation is occurring at the end of this message. This is not appropriate for all individuals. It is specifically designed for people who are experiencing a sense of calm and assurance. If this message resonates with you, accept it quietly. The public recently gained access to the blessing code 944. I feel compelled to address those whose hearts are currently aflame because this divine secret is being kept for your life. The purpose of this message is to enable the transmission of light to those who are currently in darkness and seeking guidance. I will cause rivers to rise in drought-stricken areas as you settle on fertile land, declares the Lord. This is not the customary approach. It is a prophetic response. You're on the verge of a prosperous future. Heaven's blessings are tangible, not just poetic. Every positive action and act of faith you take can lead to spiritual abundance in the future, guidance in your calling, and safety for your family. My love, the time has come for you. Have faith and you will see God multiply the possessions you release. Archangel Michael is currently informing you of the consequences of your continued silence, which will most likely impact your future. The sentiment has shifted once more in favor of my chosen one. Many people inadvertently harm themselves during this stage. They are not accountable for any wrongdoing. Rather, they are unaware of God's actions that take place beneath the surface. You are being made aware in order to prevent any loss. Archangel Michael says this season isn't about speed. It refers to stability. You must endure whatever God is building within you. When exposed to stress, an excess of health that lacks inner alignment and an excess of wealth that lacks wisdom frequently dissipate in the same way. This explains why some items in heaven move more slowly than others. While there may not appear to be much going on from the outside, the interior is currently undergoing complete reconstruction. You may notice that your response style has changed. People who used to make you feel insecure now appear distant and insignificant, and the things that once consumed your emotions are no longer as emotionally draining. No, this is not numbness. Improvements are underway. Archangel Michael asserts that the body reflects the soul's sense of security. This suggests that your nervous system is relearning how to feel safe. This is one of the most profound methods of healing. Furthermore, your mental clarity is improving. Distractions lose their appeal, and you become more mindful of your time, energy, and thoughts. It is critical to ensure that you arrive at your destination with precision. God does not bestow blessings on chaos. He blesses mental order. Despite being surrounded by others, you may feel isolated at times. There is no reason for concern in this matter. When you are alone, you can gain a comprehensive understanding of the tasks that must be completed. Discernment is a difficult task in a chaotic environment, which is why heaven draws you in before expanding you outward. Archangel Michael frequently communicates silently. Pay close attention. This phase will include subtle tests, restricted opportunities for complaining, the spread of rumors, and excessive sharing. This wasn't an accident. These are checkpoints. Every time you choose to be patient rather than act on impulse, you strengthen the protections around your blessing and move closer to fulfillment. Your health journey is also entering a stage of collaboration. God is already taking action. However, He needs your help. You may feel compelled to change minor habits, drink more water, or rest more intentionally. These nudges are not random. Archangel Michael claims that following these simple instructions will speed up the healing process that is currently underway. Years ago, you planted seeds of hard work, patience, learning, and honesty, which are now beginning to sprout in the financial sector. Despite the fact that you may have seen no results, the pressure beneath you is increasing. The pressure is responsible for the seed's emergence at the appropriate time. Thus, it is critical to avoid revealing it through uncertainty. Allow it to continue to develop. If this phrase resonates with you, you might want to consider sharing it with someone who needs motivation. This season, avoid drawing comparisons. Observing people who appear to be ahead of you can cause unnecessary stress. However, it is critical to recognize that their schedules and responsibilities differ from yours. Your route has been tailored to your preferences. Archangel Michael claims that your quiet perseverance allows you to accomplish what others take years to accomplish in an instant. Furthermore, you are gaining emotional maturity. You are gaining the understanding that not all emotions and thoughts require expression. Individuals rarely reach this level of maturity. One of the reasons you were chosen for this level of blessing is God's deep faith in you. If you've ever had a weight lifted off your shoulders without a valid reason, this is confirmation. It also confirms whether you have ever felt an immediate sense of calm after a long period of stress. It is also confirmation if you have ever felt a quiet confidence that replaced anxiety. There is no shouting in heaven right now. The process of sealing is currently underway. Archangel Michael promises that external confirmation will arrive in the near future, in the form of something tangible and quantifiable. Until then, your responsibilities are straightforward. Stay calm. The channel continues to operate as a result of gratitude. The blessing is protected by silence, while the foundation is strengthened by discipline. Don't underestimate the significance of events that occur during this phase, but are invisible to the naked eye. The work that is invisible ensures the survival of the visible, whereas many people remember only what is visible. You are being prepared for a reality built on resilience. Allow the full scope of this message to resonate with you. You are not merely anticipating a life transformation, it is already underway, and you are only now catching up with heaven's decisions. Maintain consistency, refrain from speaking out, and remain steadfast. Archangel Michael has provided the following information to help you understand the relationship between your upcoming reward and previous challenges. Archangel Michael would like to emphasize something that is frequently overlooked: the point at which change becomes irreversible. You are currently transitioning to this phase. It's no longer just about preparation. It also discusses the process of becoming. The foundation God has been laying within you is becoming so deeply embedded that it is impervious to events, opinions, and temporary delays. Archangel Michael says that this is where your identity will be restored. Your identity no longer causes significant anxiety. You are beginning to understand. It is not conveyed by shouting. It promotes tranquility. It maintains stability. It influences your behavior when you are unsure of the outcome, manage stress, or enter rooms. Initially, you may be unaware. However, others will notice. They will have a vague impression of something distinctive about you that they are unable to identify. Your health recovery is moving from improvement to strength. Resilience is replacing weakness. Your body is now developing the ability to regulate stress in areas where it previously responded to it. This is why you may experience a gradual return of your energy rather than a sudden surge. God is building you in a long-lasting way. Archangel Michael informs you that your healing is not only intended to alleviate your symptoms. You are recuperating so that you can accommodate a larger quantity. He then claims that emotional boundaries are naturally developing. You are no longer consuming items that you do not own. You are unable to connect with your inner world due to others' anxieties, confusion, and projections. This shows that you are mature and not overly aggressive. But a cautious heart is not cold. It's prudent. Furthermore, your perspective on time is altered. Currently, the sense of compulsion and rushing is oppressive. You're developing the ability to navigate with discernment rather than haste. According to Archangel Michael, discernment stems from trust, whereas fear is frequently the cause of urgency. This modification will independently protect your health and wealth in the future. Furthermore, financial alignment is becoming more obvious. Suddenly, you may become aware of how your time, money, or energy is being wasted. Acknowledging this should not cause you any regrets. The goal of this is to ensure your release. God refines your stewardship before elevating you. You recognize the importance of the items you carry. Some of you will notice that specific desires